And welcome everyone! I am the only Russian around and today I shall try something different. Because No Pogodi is a big thing and it can't wait. So these kind of episodes will bring up different takes on the same material. Respectfully Russian, mostly unknown because of a poor distribution, and some popular, well-known versions. For the first try, I decided to choose different adaptations of Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. From the USSR we have animated miniseries Mowgli, and from the other side Jungle Book by Disney. So, if you want to see both sides of one cartoon, let's begin. First of all, I have to say that Mowgli was actually released in America as a direct-to-video in 1996. But it was really messed up. The dub is nice, but some dialogues are changed, background music completely substituted, and some scenes are deleted. I guess it's still cool that something somehow appeared overseas, so people everywhere could enjoy it. Just for example, the dubbed version.
I'll speak for the man cub. Mowgli.
What right have you to speak to the council? You're not even a member of the pack. She's not even a wolf.
He's not one of us. He's not one of us.
Quiet, quiet! What's wrong with you young fools? Straighten up! Shere Khan and his lackey are not members of the pack, yet you let them speak.
And the original.
Закон джунглей гласит...
Каждый сам за себя. Он закон джунглей. Каждый сам за себя.
Правильно! Верно!
Тише! Тише! Вы что, людоеды? Только Шерхан да его прихвостень шакал способны на это.
I chose these two adaptations because it illustrates just how different could be two pieces of animation based on one material, targeted at similar audience and released in almost same time. I know there are tons of Mowgli adaptations, movies, TV series, cartoons, even shonen anime. But the point of this episode is to show how different things were on different sides of iron cutting. And how something not that famous as a Disney movie could be at least on the same level of artistic value. Jungle Book was released in 1967, and Mowgli started airing at the same year and ended in 1971, ending at 5 episodes which, in 1973, were converted in a movie, cutting some footage, so watch miniseries. To be honest, my first encounter with Disney's Jungle Book was a Sega Mega Drive video game. And it was good. As good as Aladdin or Lion King games. And I wonder what happened. Disney used to produce awesome games back then. The first time I saw an episode of Mowgli, I was I guess 6 or 7 years old, and I was impressed and surprised at the same time. At that time, I was used to cartoons with cute animals, having their adventures, fighting villains, stuff like Gummy Bears, Rescue Rangers, or just 90% of all animation. But this was different. For the first time I saw animals drawn like animals. Yes, they were talking animals, but still animals, having none of human features or anything that made them closer to people. On the other hand, I first watched Jungle Book on VHS when I was 9 or 10. I think you can imagine how confused I was. For me, Mowgli was this. Definitely not this. But when I realized that this was some kind of different cartoon, I immediately was sucked into colorful pictures, songs, funny animations and characters. I like Disney's version too, but rewatched only once. After I've seen Mowgli a couple of times, I wondered why other cartoons are so cuddly, innocent and toothless. It is still one of the most serious cartoons I have ever watched. Jungle Book showed story at a different angle. Of course, it's quite far from original book, but it's not making it worse. Besides, creators said in titles that movie was only inspired by Kipling's book. It delivers totally different emotions. Overall joyful movie was an enormous source of fun for kids, but not challenging them in any way. Is it bad or good? I think there is time for emotional challenges, and there is time for light-hearted fun. Actually, it is even better to see that the same characters could bring you such different emotions. The first issue. How close are cartoons to the material? Well, Disney never made something bad with it. And Russian version never overdone itself too. Both versions achieve their goals doing different things with the material. But in case of Soviet cartoon, you can tell that you know what this book is about. In case of Disney, not so much. The second issue will be the animation. Honestly, I think that two cartoons are equal. Disney version demonstrates Winnie the Pooh style animation. Very cozy, really smooth in motion. Well, here I see why they made their faces in a more anthropomorphic style. Gorgeous mimics saves almost all characters. And lots of dancing, to show animators' skills at their best. Also, I have to say that the animation of Disney's Ka is the best part of movie in my opinion. And to be honest, all characters are so well animated that I never paid attention to backgrounds. Seriously, there are next to none frames that aren't featuring at least one character. So backgrounds are jungle. Can't say much more about it. Soviet version ended in simplistic but somehow more lifelike style. All animals are beautifully animated but in different manner. Their moves are very close to real world, and I think Mowgli has some educational value as well. By not having lots of movements and mimics, they achieved believableness by being realistic. Disney's approach is diametral. They tried to make characters believable by giving them over-the-top facial expressions and movements. In both cases, works pretty well. But not only animals are drawn lifelike. Mowgli himself, as he gets older in each episode, changes in looks, but still his movements and proportions are very real, despite being simplistic. The next stop will be soundtrack. Disney's version is, well, a musical, so it has several songs and orchestral background. Now I understand why Jungle Book is not much of a Disney classic. I mean, it's not as well known as Bambi, Dumbo or Sleeping Beauty. I think it's partially because of the songs. Well, when I hear a famous Disney song, I see a singing character. Here I see a singer, who happened to voice a character. Even their music isn't bad, but they are singers behind the characters, not singing characters themselves. Again, Ka's song is a song sang by a character, the only one in the movie. And this is it for the part 1. See you on the next one.